It was evening. The moon had just risen, soft and golden, hiding shyly behind the clouds. The wind was calm, the air smelled of rain, and somewhere in that silence, a story waited to be told. At the edge of a quiet town stood an old house with paint peeling and vines climbing the walls, but inside, warmth lived there. And with it lived Auntie Lyra, the woman whose voice could make even time stop and listen. Her tone was calm, her smile gentle. When she spoke, it felt like the world slowed down. That night, as I sat beside her with a cup of tea, she said, "Child, there was a time I was afraid of life, until I found a secret." She told me how her village long ago was silent. People worked, ate, slept, and forgot to dream. Hope had left long before the sun rose. But Auntie Lyra, even in her youth, believed there was something more. One afternoon, she sat by a waterfall at the edge of her world. There she met a boy, barefoot, smiling, holding an old dusty book. He looked at her and asked, "Auntie, do you want to know a secret?" She nodded. The boy opened the book. Inside, in fading ink, it said, "Every soul carries a journey. It begins the moment you believe you can walk." Auntie Lyra smiled and said softly, "That line was the first light I ever saw." From that day, she began her journey. One step, one smile, one story at a time. Every morning, she placed an old chair near the road. People passed by, and she would invite them to sit, share their hearts, and leave a little lighter. What began as one chair became a garden of hope. Children laughed, old men wept, and tired women found peace again. And Auntie Lyra would whisper to herself each night, "Light doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to stay." Years passed. Her village changed. There was more color, more kindness, more courage. And whenever someone asked, "Auntie, how did you do it?" she would smile and say, "It wasn't me, child. It was the secret, and you carry it too." That night, as she finished her story, the moonlight touched her face. Her eyes shone softly as if she still saw that boy by the waterfall. She looked at me and said, "Remember, my dear, when the world feels dark, don't wait for the light. Be one." And if this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Join our family of dreamers and believers. Subscribe now and watch more beautiful stories with the voice of Auntie Lyra. Because somewhere out there, your own secret is waiting to be found.